if you'd please remain standing with your cap off as we'll ask John Ruff to give our invocation.
All right, we had a little technical difficulties, but thank you all very much. Thank you once again for this great community and the opportunity for us to be out here. If you would, I'd like to just talk for 1 second here. I know that I challenge whenever I come out. This great country, and if you listen to that Star-Spangled Banner and what it ended with, the land of the free, home of the brave, we're losing privileges all the time. So, gosh dang it, get up, and if we're not happy, get in there and punch that ballot. Make sure your ballot counts. All right, let's bow our heads, please. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to complete a race yesterday. We have challenges. We have weather coming, looming. If it's within your power, send that around us. If not, we're preparing, and we're going to run a full program today. So we ask that you take care of these teams, the people starting the boats, the people carrying the boats in and out of the mud, and they know where they are in these pits, okay? God, hold them in your hand. The drivers, keep them safe, Lord, as they race and they share this great sport of boat racing. Most of all, God, as we walk away tonight, and we've had a great race, please place your hand on everybody as they go home, as they go wherever they go, Area 6, Area 1, and this great community and the fun that we've had. So thank you once again, Lord. I pray this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Now I need to get down there.
All right, listen up, guys. 2 heats for everybody, 3 laps. 2 heats, 3 laps today. Our first class up today will be the 500 Hydro. These are capsule boats. The drivers are sitting in a Kevlar capsule that they have a 6-point harness locking them down into that seat. They're running with oxygen available to them as well as the capsule boats. Again, the driver has a canopy over his head, but when you start running speeds of well over 100 miles an hour, you need to make sure we're keeping them safe. Thus, the capsules were developed. And with that, we've been able to make sure our drivers are safe. As our drivers entered today out of Cincinnati, Ohio, in the Thurlby Automotive black and green will be Eric Vanover in boat M14. Ken Nicholson, all the way up from Oakland Park, Florida. He'll be in the green number 38. Doug Hall, the national champion in 2022. He'll be in the red, yellow, and white number 51 out of DeKalb, Missouri, Doug Hall. The Dan Kurtz entry of Ike Yoder out of White Pigeon, Michigan. He'll be in the black, red, and yellow H4. And Jim Kurtz out of Mount Morris, Michigan. He'll be in the blue boat number M9. Those are the drivers eligible for the first heat of the day, the first heat of 500. 250 Hydro, you need to get them in the water right after the 500s are off the beach. Well, fans, we welcome you on behalf of the NBRA and the U.S. Title Series to Jacksonville, to our races. We hope you'll enjoy them. There's some great speed you're going to see today. We've got a 2-man runabout that'll be running later on today, where you got one guy driving and another guy praying. But it is a fun class to watch as we get ready for heat number 1 of 500 Hydro. Again, we'd remind you the canopy right there at the entrance toward the judges stand has the 50-50 drawing. tickets for you there. So please make sure you get by. They're 6 for $5 or $1 a piece, and some great prizes. Some great prizes with the first prize, half of the money. The second prize is a 58-inch smart TV, which I can't win that since I'm not. But also a $300 gift certificate from Country Market here in Jacksonville. So please help support Tom and his efforts. We're grateful that he has put this together for us, and we need to help and support him as well. All right, as soon as we get the safety boats and our patrol boats for towing out on the water, we'll be ready to go with heat number 1. So 500s, get them in the water, guys. Be strapped in, ready to go. We're appreciative of our divers here this weekend for our capsule boats. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Our divers are that extra bit of safety for our capsule drivers. A few years ago, more than a few, but back when capsules first came into being, we had a fellow named Howard Anderson, and Howard went upside down wearing what's called the open cockpit life jacket. And that life jacket was trying to float him up to the surface of the water. The only problem was the bottom of the boat was between him and the air. He had no oxygen with him, but fortunately, he was able to kick out of the boat at the last moment. And believe me, it was the last moment. But he came up and was okay, but we learned a lesson there. The drivers in capsules do not wear the same life jacket that open boat guys wear. They wear more like a skiing life jacket. They have to carry oxygen with them now. But if they were upside down, our divers would immediately go to them and be able to help extricate the driver from underneath the boat and bring him up to safety. So again, very important part of our racing community, and we thank our divers for that help. Yeah, we're getting our starting buoy lined up. 500s, you need to be in the water, guys. Jeff, Nick's going to be a turn judge, but he needs to know what boat. We're going on the ODA. We got pickups. We have 2 pickups. Is Ray on that one? Yep. Nick's here as our turn judge. Richard has been here already. And Tim Snyder. Tim, we need you. Yeah, he's on that one, but I think there was another boat. I don't think it's a turn judge though. ODA boat. Do you have a turn judge on your boat? Who do you have with you? 10-4. You're going to the first corner. So we'll grab the towboat there. You see how many people are giving you congratulations? That was fantastic. I love it. Go get them, buddy.
One person looking for look how much we're spending on it. Very, very good.
Jeff, let's send them out to the water. It's Serous. It's behind me.
No.
It's still pretty cold.
Oh. Oh, that's a Diet Coke. It sounded like something different.
Somebody's scrambling to get a coil change.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's and then you say everybody gets done. Add more turbo cameras, give me somebody to switch.
Did you hear my excitement last night? Did you hear my excitement?
Golf Channel has hundreds of
Oh, about the
explosion.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts. So whoever put your Brad put your
That was a DIY project, he said. I thought, I mean, I looked.
Well, guys, we got a driver trying to change coil real quick and give him a chance to get to the water. So as soon as we get a signal that they're done and ready to go, we'll have you on the water. 500 hydro, 250 hydro, you're right behind them. So all of our turn judges and our towboat drivers, we're going to need you to be quick. We've got our drivers and towboat guys out right, or turn judges and towboat guys out right now. Our next flight, our turn judges are Ike Yoder and Kevin Ellison. Jason Saylor and Brett Simmons will be our towboat drivers. So as soon as we get to the third heat of 500 hydro, or second heat of 500 hydro, we'll need you to be working toward the judges' stand. Again, 2 heats, 3 laps. All right, we're going to change up for a bit. We're going to go 500 hydro, then a hydro, and then 250 will be behind that. All right, 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3. Our first heat of the day. 30 to 3 means that they've got 30 seconds to get themselves ready to go, and at that point, the 3-minute gun will go off. The drivers will then have 2 minutes to come out onto the water. Once the 1-minute gun is fired, they're no longer able to come off the beach. Hold up. Again, don't forget, fans, if you would like to watch boat racing this winter, go to boatracing.tkdssports.com, and you can sign up for a 3-month time frame for $29.99, and that'll give you all of the nationals from 2021 as well as all of the nationals in 2022. And in the nationals are both for stock, mod, inboard, and the pro division. All right, again, guys, we got 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3. All right, here we go, guys. Our first heat of the day, 500 hydro. A hydro, get them in the water. A hydro, you need to be right behind them. NBRA, A hydro, you're up next. Let's get them in the water, please. All right, our 500 hydro again with the M14 entry of the Thurlby Automotive with Eric Vanover. Jim Kurtz in the M9 out of Mount Morris, Michigan. Ike Yoder out of White Pigeon, Michigan in the Dan Kurtz entry. Andy Kurtz in the M8. There's Eric Vanover on the water now. Ike Yoder and Jim Kurtz on the water. Now comes Ken Nicholson and Doug Hall. Thank you. Now, Ike Yoder came off the beach, and it did not want to fire on all the cylinders, and now he's trying to clean it out as he loaded it up with fuel in the cylinders, in that little 2-cylinder 440. All right, the 1-minute gun has been fired. They're on the clock now for the start. Ike Yoder finally got it to clean out. Nicholson struggling to keep his running, trying to get it to clean out as well. All right, as they'll head down the backstretch now, trying to figure out where they want to be on that start. As Vanover and then Yoder taking a dive on that corner. He wanted that inside. Here they come for the start. Along, whoa, red flag. Now we had a driver that was unable to keep it running and found himself right in the middle of the first turn. All right, A Hydro, you're going to be up next. A Hydro, get them ready. A Hydro for the NBRA group, you are up now. Please get them in the water. Let's get them ready to go. Tylene Abear in the 15L. Cody Childress will be in the X boat. And Tara Cook will be in the 34O. Those are the 3 boats eligible for A Hydro. All right, guys, we got to pull in a couple of guys, but we're going to go A Hydro. Get them in the water, guys. Well, we might go 250 and then come back. Red Naval to come. Ken Nicholson down in the bottom corner. We're trying to get him back up off the corner, as well as the other driver up in the first turn area that we had to throw the red flag for. They will not be eligible for the rerun of Heat 1. So A Hydro, get them in the water, guys. Get ready to go.
No, Bobby's doing it. He won't help.
He didn't know.
You gotta wake Bobby up.
A Stock Hydros is our next class on the water. This is a great little class, speeds of 60 miles per hour. The original hot rod, I believe we have one running out here today, is a 15 cubic inch motor. Some of the other motors that are eligible in this class are the Motos. Those are a 20 cubic inch motor. But if the wind's blowing just right and the sun's setting perfect, the hot rod will come to life and show the Yamotos the way around the race course. We have a beautiful day ahead of us. Lots of racing. Cannot stress how much racing we have. Also, Tom said we're up to 1.5 on the 50-50 lottery. Now that could be $150. It could be 1.5 million. Am I stand to be corrected? I'm sorry.
Well, did you see the guy that won the 1.34 billion?
No.
Has not connected it yet?
Claimed it?
Nope.
You do have to claim your prize here today. No matter how large the money is, you have to take it.
It's going bad.
We even bought a bunch of tickets. And I know John did because my sister filled him out for him last night.
Yes, she did. I'd like to send a shout out to Debbie Stoner for helping fill my name out 652 times.
Because you could not spell it. Your own name.
Yep.
He bought 600 tickets.
He thinks that big screen TV is his.
I was thinking it was the groceries he had his mind on.
Get it for $600, you bet.
Well, the whole point is he's
All right, 250 hydros. You should be in the water ready to go as we are almost ready.
And get a bargain.
A hydro.
A hydro. Ray.
30 to the 3.
32 to 3. That's all we need to know.
Slap him in the back of the head, Ray.
But that is technically, it is a 250cc engine though, right?
He's already announced it. You got to give it to him again.
We are less than 30 seconds to the green. Ray, we're going to have to give you a little zapper and wear collars, John and I. Keep us straight. Hey, stock hydros. $15L of the A-Bears. And there's that hot rod. 250 hydros. 250 hydros, you are next. 250 hydros, get them to the water. For sure. 250 hydros. All right, we got Miss Terrified Tara Cook out there. We got Mr. Aber in the 15L. We got Braxton Miller in the 34-0. And we have 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. Remember, when the clock goes to 0, they should be all lined up as close to the start and finish line as possible. When it hits 0, it takes a picture. If you are over, you are disqualified. That little A hot rod sounds nice. Real nice. I can remember, Ray, when all there was hot rods. Oh, yeah. All there was the hot rods, A and B.
All right, they're on the clock now with less than a minute to go, Bobby. These guys are going to be looking for a lane. Each of them on the water. 250 Hydro, you're up next. 250 U.S. Title Series 250s, you're up next.
What's the magic number they're looking for, Ray, on the start?
Well, I would think in this class probably around 12 to 14 seconds, Bobby. They're going to be coming off that bottom corner, having to have all three of the buoys around them. And you can see they're early. They're way, way off the throttle as they turn the corner, ready to come. You got one coming through the middle.
Right.
And Tara Cook seems to be right on it. Great start by Tara Cook, Cody Childress, and then Tylene Hebert.
That's going to be a tough one to make up. Braxton Miller hit the start on 0. Tara Cook is going to have to really turn it up. Tara Cook is in first place in a Braxton Miller boat. Ray.
She is stolen at the start.
Tara Cook hit the clock on 0, never looked back. There's a lot of ground to be made up. I don't even know if it's possible.
You know, what I'm looking at right here is a young lady that went on her head about 3 weeks ago up in Centralia, but she's still ready and willing to squeeze that throttle.
And squeezing hard she is. I remember Centralia. That was a major accident she had in Centralia. And she is driving. Wow, I hear the hot rod burbling and gurgling. I don't hear Tara Cook burgling. She's gone. I didn't want to say nothing, but I think Tara Cook gained weight. I think she's up to 100.
All right, guys, listen up. 500 hydro, you're up next. 250, stand down. 500 hydro, you are going to go next. Again, 250, stand down. 500 hydro, you are up next. 500 hydros, get them in the water, guys. 500, you are up next.
Here comes Tara around the last turn. She's coming up the front stretch. Jasmine has her flag out waiting. It's a checkered flag. Congratulations, Tara Cook. Oh my. Here comes Mr. Hebert in the 15L. And here comes Mr. Childers in the K. Wow.
Well, quite a run for Tara, driving the What's Up Doc boat, and just absolutely willing to get out there and run them through. 500 hydro, you're up next. 500 hydro, get them ready to roll, guys.
Right.
500's up next, our capsule boats. You are up next, 250. You're right after the 500.
Ray, you were talking about Tara Cook. I witnessed that. You did as well. The girl was out front, a gust of wind at the wrong place at the right time, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, she really climbed the air. You know, these little hydros, we call them an airplane wing upside down. You want a little bit of downforce, and that's the top of the boat. The design of the top of the boat gives you that. And then you want to make sure that you're not pushing so far down that you don't get the boat up off the water. You want to float on that cushion of air. And unfortunately for Tara, that gust of wind caught her just at the inopportune time, and she must have been 20 feet in the air before she started back down. Tore the boat up really bad. Give us a signal, guys, if you're ready to go.
We're ready.
All right, guys, 30 to the 3. 30 to the 3.
10 to the 3.
All right, 250s. You need to work them to the water, please. 250 hydro, you're up next. All right, our entries again will be Ike Yoder in the H4, the Dan Kurtz own entry from White Pigeon, Michigan. Mount Morris, Michigan's Jim Kurtz. Eric Vanover out of Cincinnati, Ohio in the Throby Automotive M14. Doug Hall in the 51, the red, yellow, and white boat. Ken Nicholson will be in the green boat as Eric Vanover heads to the water. Yeah, we hear another one firing up. Ken Nicholson out of Oakland Park, Florida. Ike Yoder out of White Pigeon, Michigan. Doug Hall in the 51. Well, that little two-cylinder 440 of Ike Yoder just does not want to clean out until he has to do a couple of maneuvers to get her done. But he eventually gets that thing to fly. All these other drivers are running four-cylinder motors except the H4 boat. All right, they're on the clock now. All right, we get ready to go now. They head down the backstretch. Eric Vanover leading them down, then Ike Yoder behind him. Doug Hall is next, and then Ken Nicholson. All right, here they come around the corner. They're a little early. Green flag. Doug Hall up the middle. Out Yoder and Eric Vanover, the three of them dive into the corner. Wow, look at this. As Yoder on the inside, Doug Hall on the outside with Vanover. Look at this, a two-cylinder 440 up the inside, but look at this. All boats are legal, a good start. As now Hall comes swinging way wide. Watch you on the point. Hall now up front of Yoder. Vanover for third. That's your national champion from 2022. Out front with Yoder, Vanover, and Nicholson. Doug Hall now comes through the bottom corner. Watch him swing that thing wide. They really have to be careful on their speed. One more lap to go. Vanover for third. Oh, Yoder on the outside now. Close the gap. But Hall with that big GRM four-cylinder mashes the metal to the floor. 250s. Get them ready, guys. 250. You're up next. Look at this. As Yoder trying to sneak up the inside. but Doug Hall, your winner. Vanover will finish in the third spot. What a run for Doug Hall out of DeKalb, Missouri, a farmer supervisor there. Doug Hall, a fireman down in Missouri. All right, 250 hydro. Get them ready to roll.
Did you know anything about the boat replicas they're raffling off? Might want to plug that. Tom's got the tickets up here.
All right, 250 hydro. We've got 9 of them for you guys. Gary Merkel in the red, number 30 out of Arlington, Illinois. The beautiful orange of Vinnie Buskirk out of Traverse City, Michigan, boat 97. Eric Wilson in the brown and yellow out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, boat 300. Chris Helston from Lebanon, Tennessee in the 222, the white with the Dayglow green cowling. Curtis Nightall out of Bristol, Wisconsin. He'll be in the white with the black trim, number 17. His dad, Pete Nightall, also out of Bristol, will be in the white with the maroon-colored trim on it. J.P. Jedwabney out of Appleton, Wisconsin. He'll be in the white with the Dayglow green cowling as well. Boat number 88. Paul Keller in the red-trimmed yellow boat. Boat number 52 out of Cass City, Michigan. And Kevin Ellison out of Luxembourg, Wisconsin. He'll be in boat number 7. Mama, it's starting to get nervous. All right, A Hydro, you're going to be up right after this heat of 250. A Hydro, getting back toward the water after the 250s are off. Well, the world record for a 250cc motor, 114 miles an hour. Paul Gillian out of England set the record. And believe me, if you find it on YouTube, just type in Paul, and it's Jillian. You could read the newspaper on the other side of the lake. That's how high the boat was as he went through the traps at 114 miles an hour. And believe me, these guys fly. Got 9 boats for you. 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3. Well, don't forget the replica of our friend down in South America. He's got, for $5, you can buy a ticket to get into the replica contest, and he will build whatever boat you want. No clock. Red flag, guys. Red. We're out of power. Yeah, we lost power to the clock, guys. That's what the hang up is right now. All right, we got power on the clock now. We have to let it run down. We get it down to 15 seconds, and we're going to go with the clock. So when we get it to 15 on the clock here, we will go to 15 to the 3. All right, guys, 15 to the 3.
We got a guy watching from Italy. Rossi Giuseppe from Italy.
Oh, yeah. He builds the GRM. Well, we understand that Giuseppe Rossi is watching from Italy, the builder of the GRM motors. Welcome aboard. Great to know that Giuseppe is watching on TKDS Sports. So go to boatracing.tkdssports.com for that special that we've got running as the builder of the Rossi motors online with us. All right, guys, you're ready to go. Your 3-minute gun has been fired. Kevin Ellison in the 79, the yellow and blue. Chris Hilston now in the Dayglow sponson of the 222. Red flag. Red flag, guys. We lose power again. Now our power got intermittent again and turned the clock off. So hopefully we can get this resolved pretty quickly. Just turn them around, Paul. How about you, pal? You want to just turn them around? All right, 250s, get them refueled. We're going to send you right back. Kevin and Chris Helston were out on the water. We'll give them a moment to get them refueled. By the way, Chris is Kevin's uncle. So you've got a nephew and an uncle on the water, and then you'll have a father and son in Pete and Curtis Nightall. Well, we still do not have power yet. There we go. Now we've got power. And now it's doing...
Mary says hi.
How you doing?
Over there in that grove of trees.
Oh, good place to be.
I
Huh?
heard your voice and I thought, go say hi. I'll see you before the day's over.
All right, buddy. Thank you for
Good to
stopping.
see you. You betcha. Anytime.
Thank you. Do we need an extension cord? Okay. All right, guys, we're running down from 1 minute. We'll go at 15 to the 3. We'll go at 15 to the 3 again. Okay. I know what's going through your mind. That's the worst. If that's the worst thing that happens today, we got it made. All right, guys. Here we go. 10 seconds to the 3. All right, there it is, guys. 3-minute gun has been fired for heat number 1 of 250. We're going with the A hydro right after this, Paul. A hydro, you're going to be up right after the 250s. A hydro, you are up next. Kevin Ellison now to the water. Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Now comes his Uncle Chris on the water. Chris, a many-time national champion in the 250 category. Now comes JP Jedwabny, Vinny Buskirk, Gary Merkel now. Pete Nidall hits the water. The white with the maroon. Boat number 6. A hydro, get him in the water. A hydro, get him in the water. Curtis Nidall headed toward that first turn. Along with Buskirk, Merkel, JP Jedwabny. All right. A hydros, get them in the water. A hydro, you're up next. A hydro, please, to the water. All right, here they come with 5 to go. Buskirk, good start with what Jedwabny, Merkel, Wilson, Pete Nidall. Oh, look at this. The 3 of them coming across the line had loaded them up. Now they begin to get them cleaned out. Vinny Buskirk out front, but we'll wait to hear whether there was a gun jumper. Buskirk All boats are legal. All boats are legal. A good start as Merkel and Jed Wapney fighting out for second with Pete Nightall, Wilson, Chris Helston, Curtis Nightall pulling off the course now. Kevin Ellison. One more lap to go. Vinny Buskirk out of Traverse City, Michigan. Look at the speed out of that boat as Vinny up the front straightaway now. Takes the win, Vinny Buskirk. Now the battle for second and third as now JP Jed Wapney. Gary Merkel for third. Helston fourth. Chris Helston for the sixth spot. Kevin Ellison for seventh. All right, what a heck of a run for Vinny Buskirk. A Hydro, get him in the water, guys. A Hydro. But what a run, Bobby, for Vinny Buskirk. He nailed that start.
Nailed the start, he did, Ray. I tell you, with the A Hydros, if I was out there in the A Hydros, I think wherever Tara Cook is, I'd be right next to her.
Amen on that.
Because she got a heck of a start the first heat. No, it wasn't a heck of a start. It was a brilliant start. And the A Hydros, they were counting the clock at a different time zone, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting to me. Yeah, it was interesting to me to see this start with Vinny. He just absolutely killed the start. And then you had three guys in the back that were just loaded up and could not break free. 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3 for A Hydro. 500, get them ready to go.
And remember, the 250s will be back shortly for one more round.
And we also have David Lakuta. We also understand we have David Lakuta, who's a 500 Hydro driver over in the Czech Republic. We welcome you aboard, David. You and Giuseppe Rossi, great names in the racing community in Europe. Don't forget our sponsors, WJIL, WIVO, along with the Farmers State Bank and Trust Company, David Large Professional Painting, Morgan County Civic Services. Again, our thanks for all the help that they give us.
All right, the A Hydros are on the water. I hear that American hot rod from a mile away. It's got its own sound, its own tone. Always a cloud favorite. And now I hear the Yamatos. There's Tara Cook in her Yamato. And we got Mr. Childers in Boat X.
Capsule drivers, get them in the water. 500 Hydro, get them in the water. Get strapped in. 500, you're up next.
Ray, I can't wait to see the 500s, but I can't wait to see the 250s again, too, boy.
That was a heck of a run for Vinny Buskirk. He just absolutely had his way with the rest of the field. We'll look to see the other drivers. There were some real talent in the back that were struggling to keep their motors running. And finally, a couple of them got them to break free. But Curtis Nidall, who's one of the strongest runners in the 250 hydro, not able to clean it out.
I guarantee they will change their strategy on the next heat of the 250 hydros. They won't be coming up early this time.
No, I think everybody will be raring to go on this one.
Back to the race course in our A hydros. We are 1 minute and 19 seconds away from the white flag. Once the white flag has been dropped, it's put together a strategy, and a strategy they're going to have to put together to keep up with Tara Cook. Tara will have her own plan. All right, the 1 minute gun has fired. Tara, cool as a cucumber out there.
500s, get them in the water, guys. 500 hydro, you're up next.
Oh, strategies have changed now, Ray. It's all changed. Tara is laying back. Those guys are ahead of Tara, so they better be keeping an eye over their shoulder. I'd never known Tara to be late on a start yet. Oh, Tara's got a plan. Look at this, Ray. She's on the inside. Tara's plan is... Tara just nailed it. She's wide open. Her timing must be on the money. What a great start. Cook on the inside. Childers on the outside. Abears in the third position. The hot rod's got its work cut out for it, that's for sure. Cook just clocked out on overtime. I'm out of here.
All boats are legal. Good start by Tara.
How much does Tara Cook weigh, Ray? 100 maybe?
About my right leg. Ray Spoznick.
Oh, I hear that hot rod. But you don't hear Tara, you just see her gone. Mr. Childers in the boat X, firmly planted in second position. And Mr. Abear, the hot rod, you can hear it when he cuts it tight. Hear it just there, it almost hooks on him.
You know, it's really interesting. The hemp design boat, Sam is a great builder. He's still alive. Didn't mean to make it that way. But those boats will float down that front straightaway and be rock solid. 500s, get them ready to roll, guys. You need to be in the boat. We have 1 lap to go for this one. 500s, you're up next.
Oh, Ray, we've got a changing of the guard. Nope. Childers pulls it off.
$500s, you need to be strapped in, guys. We're gonna go. 500 hydro, we are going to go right away.
The hot rod sneaks in there.
Down the backstretch now. Tylene Abear got around Cody Childress for that second spot.
If Childers makes one mistake, Abear will be there. Oh my.
Tara Cook, your winner. Look at this for that second spot. Cody Childress takes the second spot.
That little hot rod closed the gap.
All right, 500 hydro, you're up next. Our capsule boats. Capsules are up next, guys.
Start will be all important in this next heat, Ray.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We had Doug Hall, who won that first heat with Ike Yoder in the second spot. The third spot went to Eric Vanover, and the fourth spot to Ken Nicholson.
Jared Cook won. Cody and Ty tied for second.
Well, Ray, you call this one, buddy.
Tara Cook, your winner.
Ha!
And then Cody Childress and Tylene Hebert ended up being tied on points for that second spot.
Now, how did they decide this? Did they go to concession stand?
Yeah.
See who could eat the most
They
cheeseburgers?
flip a coin.
Ray, we're back in the race, buddy. Bob and Ray are on our way.
500 hydro. You're up next. 500. Get them ready to go, guys. 500 hydro. Then 250. You're right after them.
I'd hide that son of a bitch out there at the bottom. I know where it needs to go, and I can drop it on the way back to the top.
Ray, we're going to play the name game real fast.
You can chop it up and
Alan Owen.
Great guy. President of the NBRA, a realtor over in Hoffman, Illinois. And I got to tell you, if you're looking for somebody that's doing something, you'll find Alan is the guy that's doing it.
Always.
We appreciate Alan very much. It's been a great, I'd almost call it a marriage between the NBRA and the U.S. Title Series. We've been together for a couple of races this year, and just a pleasure to deal with. All right, 500s, you need to be ready to go. Somebody's got their radio punched. There we go. Thank you. Green flag, guys. You're on the clock for 500 hydro. 250s. Get them ready to go. 250s. You're right behind them. All right, 500s, you're ready to go. Eric Vanover out of Cincinnati, Ohio, now on the water. Ike Yoder to come now. Ike is in that two-cylinder Rossi motor, and the big four-cylinder of Doug Hall also in the Rossi. Jim Kurtz now comes back to the water. We'll see if Ken Nicholson is able to get running. Not even in the water. Looks like Ken will not run this heat of racing.
he's up by Derek. What's that? He's way up by Derek.
All right, the white flag now being displayed with 1 minute to go. 250s, get them in the water, guys. 250s in the water. $250 hydros to the water. All right, Eric Vanover leading them down. Jim Kurtz behind him. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. That motor loaded up. along with Ike Yoder and Doug Hall. All right, we got about 12 seconds to go. They're a little early. These things pick them up and lay them down. Good start by Ike Yoder. A good start. All boats are legal. As Ike Yoder now, your second place finisher in that 440 Rossi out front of the Coney of Eric Vanover. And look at Doug Hall. Hall into the corner, trying to grab that second spot. As Doug now turns inside. He and Vanover now. Hall in the second spot. He's got work to do to catch that 440 though. And we've got about a lap and a half to go. And Doug is going to have to work real hard. As Ike Yoder got a great start. Ike Yoder in the Dan Kurtz entry. As now Eric Vanover goes down on the backstretch. Well, this will tie him up in points. If Ike finishes and Doug Hall is able to finish as well, then we go to the stopwatch to see who the winner is. Ike Yoder. Ike Yoder, your winner of heat number 2. Doug Hall. Both of them in Rossi Motors. As Giuseppe Rossi watching over in Italy as both of his motors finishing 1-2. Rex Hall is the importer for the Rossi Motors, and he and his son Doug all right. All right, we've got Jim Kurtz and Eric Vanover to get them off the water with the 250s. That is 9 of them. We want to make sure that they've got all the water they need. So we're going to pull them off the shoreline and get them ready to go. All right. Windsor Builders, one of our sponsors, along with the Journal Courier, Stewart's Auto Body, Rex Battery, Jacksonville Chiropractic, United Buick and GMC, along with Allen Nails, Air Serve, HRI Plumbing, County Market, Morgan Scott Ready Mix, Town and Country Bank, Envirobac, along with Windsor Builders and The Source. We appreciate all the help that they've given to us, along with Westtown Ford and the hotels chains of Comfort Inn, the Holiday Inn Express, and the Sleep Inn. We appreciate all of the work that they've done and appreciate so much, Tom Winter, all the effort you've made. Again, don't forget the 50-50 drawing will be about 5 o'clock this afternoon. And again, the winner will receive half of the take. The second place is the smart 58-inch television and $300 at Country Market in food credit. So, again, let's help Tom out, be able to take part in that 50-50 drawing. All right, 250 hydro. As soon as we get Jim Kurtz and Eric Vanover off the water, we will be ready to go. As Vinny Buskirk, your winner in that first heat. really flying the mail. The second place boat was J.P. Jedwabny with Gary Merkel third. The fourth spot went to Pete Nightall. Fifth was Eric Wilson. Sixth to Chris Helston. And the seventh spot to Kevin Ellison. All right, we get the two boats over there, and we'll be ready to go. Don't forget, there's a concession stand up there, guys. Good sandwiches. There's a couple of them up there. So get by, grab a good cold drink and a sandwich. Sit back and enjoy some great racing this weekend with us. Yeah, we understand there's some Mexican food in one of the concessionaires up there. Again, fans, if you've not taken a look at boatracing.tkdssports.com, you'll find a very interesting offer. For $29.99, you're going to get 2 years of boat racing for a 3-month time frame. And that will include all of the nationals from 2021, as well as all of the nationals that have been run this year in stock, mod, pro division, and also the inboards. And I think Kevin has one more race to go for the nationals. So they've got the Hampton Cup Regatta, which will be over in Virginia, and Caesars Creek in Dayton, Ohio. All right, we see Eric Vanover on the hook, along with Jim Kurtz. So, guys, get them ready, 250, as soon as they get in, and we get the ODA boat turned back around out toward the middle. We will go 30 to the 3.
Ray, how long has the ODA been in operation now?
You know, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but I would think it's got to be 20, 25 years old. Bunch of guys out of the Quincy, Illinois area. What a history of that city is amazing. It's on the Mississippi River. It has the Quincy welding legacy that will never die from boat racing, as O.F. Christner and all the drivers from Jim Shook, Freddie Gale, a couple of other guys that are just escaping me right now, Dickie Pond, and just guys that have raced. Gene East, man, I'm telling you, that guy did all the welding on all of the pipes for the Quincy Motors, but he also was the deck rider with the F Runabout. And when you wanted to start one of those beasts, that was the guy you went to, because they had high compression. And in fact, we've seen them where they backfire and will run backwards and pitch the guy that was trying to start, and if it's the driver, right over the top of the motor into the water.
Saw that. Ronnie Riggs.
Ronnie Riggs. Good Lord.
Ohio River.
Yes, sir. The boat got about halfway across the river before it went up and over, and they put it back together with 100-mile duct tape. 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3 for heat number. Whoop, hold it.
Ray, that was the fastest C-mod runabout I ever saw in my life.
It was fast. Out of that Ed Wyned trailer, you know it had to be fast.
It was on plane in 5 feet or less.
Ronnie was a character. We loved it. Loved being around him.
He was at Dayton a year or so ago.
Oh, my. I wish I would have been there.
He's still a character.
All right, we need to get Jim in so that the lanes are clear for the guys over here on the ramp.
And Ray, recapping this summer's events a little bit, I heard and saw you on the PA system at Depew. What an event you got to host this year.
Wow, it was unbelievable. When you think about, I think there were 400 entries, 350, 30 to the 3, guys, 30 to the 3. There were, I think, 350 or 400 entries. But I got to tell you something. I don't think I've ever seen that much plywood in the water as what we saw at Depew.
Well, I was watching it at home, listening to you every day, Ray. It was just looked like a race of the century.
It really was, and I think the fans really enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of work for our friends at the Depew Men's Club, but gosh, you know, it just was one of those events. But the other end of that was, I think about 100 crew members and drivers ended up with COVID out of that race. But I know our friend Steve Solario, who is the president of the club, ended up with it as well as I did, but I got it before and was able to get well enough to come and have the event, and just was so neat, as it was my last Depew, and it was really interesting. I had no idea that they were going to do what they did in presenting a bench with my name on it, and then a microphone that the mayor, Dan Hofford, presented to me. It's an old-time microphone, but what a neat experience. All right, Kevin Ellison on the water in the 79. Chris Helston in the 222. All right, I need our turn judges of Ike Yoder and Kevin Ellison, Jason Saylor, and Brett Simmons for towboat duty. How about you, big pal? All right, we're on the 1 minute gun now. There's your winner in that first heat, Vinny Buskirk. Kevin Ellison in the blue and yellow. The white with the maroon of Pete Nidal. The brown and yellow of Eric Wilson. Oh, J.P. Jedwabny finds himself sitting over in the middle of the course. Gary Merkel now will join up with the rest of the drive. Oh, he loaded it up, going over onto the backstretch. There, he finally got it to clean out. All right, here they come. Buskirk leading them up. Good start. Vinny Buskirk would just kill the start. Ellison, Nidal, Chris Helston, Merkel. His starts are unbelievable. Vinny down. Vinny Buskirk, look at that wall of water come up off that turning fin. Hang on to it, Vinny. Down the front straightaway. Vinny Buskirk out front. Kevin Ellison for second. Pete Nidal third. Chris Helston fourth. But Merkel up on the outside. trying to grab that 4th spot. Merkel now grabs onto the 4th spot over Helston, but Buskirk out of the bottom corner with 1 more to go. Ellison in that 2nd spot. With Nightall for 3rd. Still a battle for that 4th spot. Now Buskirk with the bottom corner to come. And up the front straightaway to look at the checkered flag. Vinny Buskirk, your winner. Kevin Ellison will finish in the 2nd spot. Merkel comes way wide and takes the 4th spot over Helston.